What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Boros Discover deck, and we try to take advantage of the Discover mechanic in this deck. And if you don't know, the Discover mechanic says you get to exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value of whatever the Discover cost is, or less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So we purposefully put certain cards in here so we would only hit those certain cards. So for example, the Appraiser, when you play it, will only find either Sage of the Sky, Etali's Favor, or the Zoyowa's Justice, depending on what it finds first from the top of your deck. And the rest of the cards go to the bottom of your deck in a random order. So we try to take advantage of this by playing all the powerful Discover cards from Trumpeting Carnosaur to Quintorius Kand. And we try to swarm the board, and we also play a lot of cards that have a high mana cost, so they won't get in the way of our Discover mechanic. But all these cards have a way to use their other abilities on an earlier turn, so we could still take advantage of them, as well as still going for our game plan. So we have stuff like the Stormbrood for spot removal, Virtue of Loyalty, and the Riling Dawnbreaker to make a 2/2 creature. And we even have Ride's End that will get discounted if it targets a tapped permanent. So we try to implement our game plan as early as turn 3 because we try to bring out a token and then we could Etali's Favor and then just go from there. So let's get right into this list. We got 1 Zoyowa's Justice, 4 Sage of the Skies, 4 Etali's Favor, 1 Curator of the Sun's Creation, 4 Geological Appraiser, 4 Ride's End, 1 Riling Dawnbreaker, 4 Virtue of Loyalty, 4 Quintorius Kand, 4 Twinmaw Stormbrood, 4 Trumpeting Carnosaur, and for the lands we got 2 Plains, 1 Mountain, 4 Inspiring Vantage, 4 Sacred Foundry, 4 Sunbillow Verge, 2 Fountainport, 4 Multiversal Passage, and 4 Starting Town. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every bit will help. If you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Okay, we get to go first, and all we're missing is a few lands. If we could find them back to back, that would be great. Like if this second Quintorius Kand was a third land, that'd be great for us, but it's all good. There it is. At least we have 1 land. Hopefully we could draw another. Maybe even Etali's Favor would be nice. Nice. We got lands. Only going to go Fountainport just because in some weird situation they could potentially try to get rid of my token and then I could draw a card in response. If they are playing a Kona deck, though, we could exile the Kona before they station it. I wonder if that's the right play. I feel like if they had the Kona, they would have played it. So we're going to go straight into the Appraiser. Alright. We're going to bounce back this. Get the Sage of the Skies out. Which definitely isn't the best play. You usually want to use the Justice on something that's a lot, has a higher mana value, so you can take advantage of it. And you can even use it on your opponent's creature, which is very funny, but either or. We got a couple flyers now. Alright, here we go again. Nice. Got Etali's Favor. Let's put it on this guy. Go for Sage of the Skies again. I mean, listen, if you can't answer this, this could get out of hand pretty quickly. We only have one more turn to answer this, or we should technically have it by then. Just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, some decks could answer this better than others, of course. Yeah, I think we have it if they're going to just do that. So we got a lot going on for us right now. Especially since we could just do that. Nice. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. Really stinks to open up with the Sage of the Skies. I mean, it's something that you want in your deck mostly. But, I mean, in a certain situation, you could just cast this if you did cast another spell to get the benefit from it. There goes the Kand. Another land. Exactly what I didn't need. We'll name red because, Carnosaur is a double red if we end up casting it for 6, and we might with all these lands that we're drawing. So hear me out. I really don't want to play this, but I want to be able to do stuff on my turn, and if they waste their mana to get rid of this for the turn, then I'm happy with it. And if not, I'm just going to be swinging in the air every time for 2 damage and gaining life, so it doesn't matter to me. Alright, so now we're going to go into the Appraiser. We're going to find one of 3 cards. Okay, we find this, and that's actually really good. Because we could do it on the Sage, bounce it back in, get the Favor, put it on the Appraiser. Now we got an extra one. We definitely should have went for the swing first, but I did that first because we could have technically found this, and then we could have just swung for 3 instead of 2. So that's the whole mindset behind that. Bloodletter, okay, that's fair. Go for the Discover 4. I'm swinging out. I'm just gonna use the Carnosaur to finish the job on the Aklazaz. That's how we're gonna do it. As without a demon, they're a little bit behind. Not the most, but just a teeny bit. If I had to guess, they're gonna flip over Ritual Chamber. Unless they have some crazy cards in their hand they want to play, but looks like Ritual Chamber it is. Let's go for the Kand. Discover 4. Get an Appraiser. Do a little damage, gain a little life, which can't go wrong with. Get an Etali's Favor. Let's throw it on this guy. Do a little damage. Use Etali's Favor. Get another Etali's Favor. Do some more damage. Go for another Sage. I love this. And now we just swing with everyone. They block the 4, they take 6. Wait, why did they block that one? Yeah, they take a little less damage that way. So they have to do something really special right now if they're going to get around all this. If they don't have like a deadly cover-up or something, then I think we got it. Unless they have like 4 tragic trajectories or something. Imagine. I mean, listen, I've seen some crazy things on Arena, so you never know. Yeah, it's not going to cut it for them. I mean, that thing does have flying, not flying, lifelink. I go to 4. And we get it. Look at that. Alright, our opponent goes first. We have not only a creature that we could bring out early, but some removal as well. Only issue is we don't have anything else going for us besides that, besides Kand on 5. Do they keep a 1 land hand? Oh my goodness, opponent. Well, there's the Appraiser. That's going to make everything a lot easier for us. So this is the move, guys. It's called Let Your Opponent Swing at Us, so we could go Virtue of Loyalty and make them have a bad time. I think they are going to end up drawing a card, though, after all this. So that goes to 2 power. They're going to swing out with the Sanctifier and the Vanguard. We'll go for the Knight. Block the Sanctifier. They're going to potentially draw their second plane now. We'll see. Alright. We'll play the Multiversal Passage tapped. And let's see, what else can we do? This could do 5 damage to something, or we could just use Ride's End. I'm just going to do this because I feel like Ride's End could just hit anything, in the sense that even if the power or the toughness or whatever is more than 5, it doesn't matter, Ride's End will get rid of it, it just has to be tapped. So we're going to do it that way. Alright, so we go for Appraiser. We will potentially get something good. That's good. I mean, we already know what we could potentially get, but it's either, you know, Etali's Favor this or the 1-drop, or the 2-drop, I mean. I doubt they're going to block this. And let's say they, well, they could go Sheltered by Ghost. That would be a problem because we would have to pay the ward cost. But if it gets tapped, then we'll have the discount on the Ride's End. We have a lot of different ways we could go about this next turn coming up. It just depends on what they do, really. So they do have the Sheltered by Ghost. They'll probably get rid of one of the tokens. And then they're going to pass. So why would you swing? Doesn't make any sense. Oh wow, we can actually get rid of that right now if we wanted to. You want to know something? I think that's the move, guys. Gonna pay the ward 2. Gonna swing out with everyone. Play this tapped. Let's go from there. I love Virtue of Loyalty in this deck. This deck just naturally gets really wide, and then if you get the enchantment side down, you're just going to start pumping everyone up. Alright, I think we just go for the Khan, keep going wide. I could go for the Ride's End, but I don't think that's right. Nice. The 1 copy of Sun's Creation to go over the top later on. I mean, of course you need to have something to discover to really take advantage of it, but I feel like the 1 copy is just so nice if it could stick on the board for a Discover card, because, you know, who doesn't like discovering twice? So they go for the swing. We'll block that. We're going to produce another token anyway. That's pretty convenient. Let's create our little spirit. Get rid of you. And now we swing for game. Alright, we get to go first. This is actually a really good hand for us because we get to use our token that we get to make for turn 2, then we get to go for Etali's Favor for turn 3, which is pretty good if you ask me. So we're gonna bring this out at the end of their turn. And we have some spot removal, which is always a plus. Sage of the Skies is probably the card you don't ever really want to draw with this deck, but here it is. Alright, so we go for the favor. What can we find with it? Oh, another favor. Alright, swing for 4. Go from there. We're off to a pretty powerful start so far. Essence Channeler. And... okay. So we're going to get rid of the Channeler. And we could play the Virtue at the end of their turn. Because who doesn't like surprises? Plus, that could be potentially game next turn. Unless they make an impactful board state. That's a cool artwork. I don't think I've ever seen that one. At the beginning of your end step, you'll get the buff. So that's not the best. I mean, we're supposed to just swing out at this point, honestly. They block that. They take 8. They go to 2. And I think this gives us more value instead of bringing out the Sage, because instead of having 2 damage out on the board extra, now we have 3 divided, or should I say spread out between our creatures. So how are they going to get around this? I got Sheltered by Ghosts. That's a good card. Get rid of the flyer. And do they swing in the air? If they do, they would gain an extra bit of life. Yeah, we got it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.